husband screamed in my face, "Just admit that you cheated at Monopoly." We had the perfect marriage, or at least I thought we did. We'd been together for 7 years, and our favorite thing was playing board games. That Friday, we decided to play Monopoly for the first time in years. It was a long game, almost 3 hours, and I won fair and square. I had hotels on Boardwalk and Park Place, and he landed on both in the same round. Game over. He stared at the board for a long time after I won. Then he looked up at me with this strange expression I'd never seen before. "You cheated," he said. I laughed because I thought he was joking. "Sure, babe, I cheated at Monopoly." He didn't laugh. "I'm serious. Just admit it." I told him I didn't cheat and started cleaning up the pieces. He grabbed my wrist. "I need you to say it. Just say you cheated and we can move on." I pulled my hand away and asked what was wrong with him. He said nothing was wrong. He just wanted me to admit the truth. I went to bed confused and figured he'd be over it by morning. He wasn't. The next day at breakfast, he brought it up again. "I've been thinking about it and I really need you to just say the words. Say you cheated." I told him this wasn't funny anymore. He said he wasn't trying to be funny. He said he wouldn't have peace until I admitted what I did. I asked why it mattered so much and he said it just did. Days went by and he wouldn't let it go. I'd come home from work and he'd be sitting on the couch staring at nothing. I'd ask what was wrong and he'd say, "I'm just thinking about how much peace I would have if you would just admit that you cheated at Monopoly." I told him I didn't cheat. He said I did, and I knew I did. A week passed, then 2. Every single day he brought it up. At dinner, he'd say, "I'll never be able to sleep again until I hear you say you cheated." In the morning, he'd say, "I had nightmares all night because you won't just tell me the truth." I asked if we could go to couples therapy because something was clearly wrong. He said nothing was wrong except that his wife was a cheater who wouldn't admit it. I started wondering if he was having some kind of breakdown. This was not the man I married. He'd never acted like this. Not once in 7 years. One night, I woke up at 3 a.m., and he was sitting on the edge of the bed staring at me in the dark. "If you would just say it, this could all be over," he whispered. I was genuinely scared. I called his mother and asked if mental illness ran in the family. She said no and asked why. I didn't know how to explain that her son had lost his mind over Monopoly. The next week, he started leaving little notes around the house. On the bathroom mirror, "Just say you cheated." On my car windshield, "Admit it and we can move on." Taped to my coffee mug, "I know what you did." I thought I was losing my mind. Then one night, he cornered me in the kitchen. His face was red and his hands were shaking. "Just admit that you cheated at Monopoly," he screamed inches from my face. "Say it. Say you cheated." I stumbled backward into the counter and that's when I saw it. His phone was propped up on the shelf behind him, the camera facing me, the red recording light blinking. Everything clicked into place. We had a prenup. I came from money, he didn't. The prenup said that if either of us was unfaithful, the cheating spouse got nothing in a divorce. He wasn't having a breakdown. He was trying to get me on camera saying the words, "I cheated." He wanted to take that recording to a divorce lawyer and claim I was admitting to cheating on him. He was going to edit out the Monopoly part and use my voice saying I cheated to void the prenup and walk away with half of everything. I looked at him, then at the phone, then back at him. "You want me to say something on camera?" I asked calmly. He blinked, confused. "Yes, just admit you cheated." I walked over to the shelf, picked up his phone, and held it in front of my face. My husband is a lying, manipulative piece of shit who just spent 3 weeks trying to trick me into saying I cheated so he could steal my money in a divorce. I didn't cheat at Monopoly and I didn't cheat on you, but you just showed me exactly who you are, and I'm getting every cent I'm entitled to. I stopped the recording and emailed it to myself. He stood there with his mouth open. I filed for divorce the next week. At the hearing, his lawyer actually presented an edited video of me saying I cheated as evidence. The audio was choppy, the cuts were obvious, and you could hear the word Monopoly bleeding through where they'd spliced it. The judge watched it twice, then looked at my husband like he was something stuck to the bottom of her shoe. The judge awarded me everything. I sent him some Monopoly money as a consolation prize.